was there a Pokemon Direct or something like that? Did I miss a Nintendo Direct this morning? Because I went and looked at my sources. Yeah, I know we still got a batch from Wednesday. I got a batch from my sources, and there was a bunch of Nintendo announcements. It was at 6 a.m. Oh. Well, I think there was only 2 major announcements because I couldn't see anything else. And the main thing I saw is there's a new Pokemon game announced called Pokemon Winds and Waves. I like that name. Winds and Waves. What version y'all? Let me know what version y'all getting, Winds or the Waves? You know, me, I'm more of a Silver Surfer type of shit. I'm on the Waves, so I don't know. It depends. Is the gameplay looking good? Shout out to Pablo with the super chat. He said, "What's your expectations for RE9?" Hopefully it's just good. I don't have no crazy expectations. I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. Hopefully it's just good. That's all I care about. No, I'll tell you what before we get into this. Here's my expectations for Resident Evil 9. I just hope that people give it a chance. That's all. Because there's just this trend of fucking everybody hating everything. So I'm hoping people give it a chance. The good news is I think people want to like Resident Evil, so I think it'll be okay. But like gaming is getting weird, man. The discourse around Marathon is fucking weird. And we'll talk about that later. All right, let's look at this new Pokemon. We going to the Caribbean or something? Shout out to Martin with the sub. You guys remember these great moments? You know, it's funny. Some fucking MAGA conservative loser watched this trailer. It said, "What the hell? They're turning the Pokemon gay now? They're putting dresses on fucking Pikachu and shit." Somebody watched that and got mad at this. And to that I say, you are fucking stupid because Pokemon always came in 2 sexes. So if you ever paid attention, you always knew if you got the boy or the girl when you caught him because it would have the icon of the male and the female. But somebody watched this shit. What the hell? They're turning the Pokemon into fucking sissies, man. Game Freak is back. Are they about to drop another banger? Oh man. Zelda vibes? Did I hear Zelda vibes? Oh no, it's a remix of the old joint. It kind of sounded like Zelda a little bit. Okay, it's wavy. I like the environments. I like the art direction. Too much water, 7 out of 10. So these are the starters here. What the fuck are these? This is like, I guess it's like a little lion. There's a little grass chicken. But what is this? This nigga look high as hell. What the fuck? He's a dog? Oh no, he's a doggy son. I don't know what this is, bro. This look like a government lizard off the fucking K2, man. It's a Pomeranian. Oh, it is Pombon. It is a Pomeranian, yeah. Get Quag. The fuck up, nigga. I know how to say this shit. Get Quagga. Whatever. That shit hard as hell, bro. What the fuck is that word? Yo, shout out to K Weck with the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, man. He said them taxes hit. We appreciate you. Underwater levels? This is definitely getting a 7 out of 10 from IGN. I'd probably be more inclined if I did get this. I'd probably get the wave version because I'm a wavy nigga, bro. But I don't gotta switch too, so maybe this is the reason. I gotta see some gameplay. Yo, shout out to Strife. I do like the art direction. The new Pokemon, I don't love them, I don't hate them, but I do like the art direction and the vibe they're going with this one. I gotta see the gameplay. I gotta see the frame rate. What are they doing with this one? I took every Pokemon game on a case-by-case basis in terms of how much they're switching up the formula, because like I don't have the urgency to catch them all anymore like I was a kid. But like I would say I'll keep an eye on this one. I'm interested. I definitely like the branding and the name and the island and the vibe and shit like that. I feel the win too. Funny you said a 7 out of 10. What they tweet up? 7.8 out of 10. they already retweeted it. That's fucking funny. They said we already know we getting a 7. Question is, if IGN did rate this shit a 7 out of 10, do you think that people would get mad? Even if they were joking, do you think people would get mad? But these games can't be any different from the last few. They need to figure out something. They keep making them, bro. Fucking these are the Pokemon is like the RPG version of Call of Duty, dude. That's why I was like, I just can't do it. It's the same shit. You gotta be like super passionate about Pokemon. I bought the handheld ROG Ally X and I have no complaints. It's good. Okay. Shout out to you. Maybe one day they'll add voice acting to Pokemon. That would be nice. That would get me interested. So you don't gotta read all the goddamn text. Shout out to Darth Nova with the 6 gifted subs. Appreciate you. All right, what else did they announce? I'll say this is a lowercase W. This is a lowercase W, this announcement. I'm interested. I like the branding. I like the island, but I got to see some gameplay, see what they're changing. So I'll give them a lowercase W. I'm interested. We paying attention. Other Nintendo stuff that I saw, apparently Nintendo announced a $70 mini Game Boy that's designed to be a jukebox with dozens of cartridges that play Pokemon music from 30 years ago. Buried between the fresh footage of Pokemon Pokia, what the fuck? Pokemon Pukopia, some shit. I don't know. Today's truly momentous Gen 10 announcements for Pokemon Winning Waves. Nintendo announced a miniature version of its legendary Game Boy that's actually kind of a retro jukebox. It sure looks like a Game Boy, only smaller. It also sounds like a Game Boy and comes with a classic looking cartridge, though they only play tunes with the original Pokemon. Wait. I was thinking, when I say this article, I read this wrong. I was thinking this was a new, like, you know how they have the mini NES and the mini Super Nintendo? I was thinking they were announcing a new, like, mini Game Boy with a bunch of games, like the Game Boy Classic. That's what I thought it was. So this is just a jukebox? It's a jukebox where you need the cartridge to play the music? It's for collectors. So the question is, do we think that this would actually be worth money? Like, I don't know. Because I mean, I could just open up YouTube Music. You can open up Spotify. I'm pretty sure I could just, go on there, type in Pokemon Red OST. Oh, look at that. The music's right there. I can play it on my phone, on the computer. I could beam it to my TV. Somebody's buying it, I guess. I might have been more excited if they announced Pokemon Red and Blue vinyl, maybe. Like, I would have been more excited for that. Like, that's a collector's item. I can put it on my fucking record player, but like a little toy you put on the shelf or some shit. Because here's the thing, right? This thing is really small. I know the speakers on this gonna be ass. This is more to look at than anything. There's no way this is gonna sound good. Shout out to KY Jag with the sub. And here's the thing: if you're gonna create a product centered around audio, you should make sure that it's designed for audio files. But I guarantee you, because it's Nintendo and they love to put cheap shit in there, it's gonna sound cheap as fuck. It's gonna sound like an old ass Sega Genesis blown out fucking. I'm good off that. And $70, fuck no. I mean, but if you like it, we love it, man. Whatever. At that point, if you just want something to sit on your desk, why not just buy an OG Game Boy and then display it on your desk? I feel like that's more valuable. Well, it actually is more valuable because it's the OG. It's the OG Game Boy versus buying this. Like, I don't get this. If it's generally for collectors, I don't know. How much they charging for the cartridges? I don't know. Embark on a nostalgic audio journey with 45 cards. That's a good question, though. How much are they charging for that shit? They said that the music will sound how it sounded on the original Game Boy. Hey, if you like it, we love it. This ain't for me. Next. What else we got? Nintendo runs risk of growing stale if it relies too much on the same games, an expert said. What? Nintendo's a highly successful, world-renowned company with a big stable of iconic franchises, but like any other company in entertainment, Nintendo faces its own set of challenges too. One of these, according to Dr. Seiken Toto of research group Kaiten Games, is that Nintendo needs to keep coming up with new ideas or else it runs the risk of becoming stale. The one risk is that at some point in time is people could grow tired of the same IPs that Nintendo produces games around, he told CNBC. He said Nintendo's top franchises are Zelda, Mario, and Pokemon. Agreed. And beyond those, Nintendo also has a treasure trove of IPs like fucking Star Fox. Can we get one? God damn, man. Nobody wants to play ARMS. That shit sucks. But in 2036 or 2046, will people still care about those big three? Everybody's happy with these IPs. But what about 10 years down the road or 20 years in the future? So Nintendo, I think, at some point has to come up with new IPs, new ideas in terms of characters, in terms of new worlds, because there's a certain risk things might become a little bit stale, he said. Nintendo has made strides for new IPs, with a high-profile example being the Splatoon series. Drag X Drive for the Switch 2 was also an example of a new idea, while Donkey Kong Bonanza was a reinvention of the sort of the series. There's no reason to read all this. Mario is timeless, but I agree. I disagree. I don't know, man. There is a segment of the gaming community. If you tell them you play Mario, like these gamers that just started playing like during COVID, they'll say that shit is lame. Mario may be classic to you and I, maybe to your parents, but I kind of agree with this statement. I do think Nintendo needs to think about the future, because you have to look at it from this standpoint, right? Who grew up with Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Pokemon? Gen X and millennials. As millennials get older, there's no guarantee that they will continue to be gamers. So Nintendo's big play is they lean on nostalgia. Gen Z, nah, y'all niggas didn't grow up with no fucking Mario. You niggas grew up with Fortnite and Lil Uzi Vert. Maybe some of you, but you niggas wasn't Nintendo kids like that. Y'all was playing Fortnite. God, that's your generation, Fortnite. Claim that shit. Come on. Don't act like, cause that wasn't millennials on it like that. Who made Fortnite that big? We're gonna act like that? Come on. Maybe you played a dash of Mario on the side, but you wasn't in the trenches when Mario was really in his heyday. Fake news, we grew up with the Wii. Nah, y'all niggas was on Fortnite. Go ahead. Y'all caught the tail end of it. I'll give you the Wii. You caught the tail end of it. What was I about to say, though? Back to what I was saying. As people get older, you know, these millennials, maybe some of these Gen Zs, they might fall out of with gaming. And you can't rely, right now, Nintendo relies heavily on nostalgia. Well, what happens when the millennials, the Gen Zs, and the Gen Xs, maybe they either get tired of gaming or maybe for health reasons, they can't play games anymore. You need to always be casting a wide net. This is the problem. Xbox, it could be a situation where Nintendo becomes the next Xbox, because I think one of the issues is that one of the issues is that they don't have like games for the new generation. You know, there's only games that we grew up with, the millennial generation. How old do I think my audience is? I don't think I know, nigga. Demographics. Most of you guys are between the ages of 24 and 35. This is a Star Fox successor created by some. I've seen that shit. I might cop it. It was at the Steam Fest next. But after that, it's like 18 to 24, I believe. That's like the second, the biggest. The Gen Z is the second, but most of my audience is older. That's the reason I'm probably blowing up on Facebook. But anyways, as people start to age out, you got to cast a wider net. You got to make some. I feel like they tried with ARMS, but that shit sucks, bruh. That shit sucks. They need new IPs, and then you also got to lean into the ones you don't use, because eventually, you know, some people might get tired of this shit, man. You just never know. Maybe people could fall into like money situations, health situations, you know. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over. I think that's why Xbox is in the situation that it's in. I think Nintendo has a little bit more of an advantage over Xbox because they've been around longer, so they appeal to multiple generations, versus Xbox only appealed to one generation. They should have continued to cast the net, and instead they gave away their fucking exclusives, bro. Star Fox F-Zero. We need another Smash Bros. But we need new Nintendo games. Nintendo needs their own Fortnite, not a live service type of game like that, but they need their own exclusive game that you can only get on Nintendo, that this generation, Gen Alpha, that's their game. They grew up and it creates memories. TBH Hode, older Gen Z kids. I don't know what you're talking about. Dust Bloods is too hardcore. It's got to be something like mainstream. Kind of like a Wii Sports type of shit, like something that becomes like a phenomenon, man. Gen Z definitely played Mario and Smash Bros. We know, because you niggas got our hand-me-downs, millennial hand-me-downs. Now I'm hoeing y'all. That's really what it is. You guys, a lot of y'all favorite memories is just reruns from millennial shit, bro. But y'all not ready for that conversation. They need Splatoon 4. I don't feel like Splatoon. I feel like they wanted Splatoon to be their next big thing, but it didn't hit. Splatoon has its audience. It has its audience, but I don't think it really crossed over like that. You said, wow, LOL exposed. It's true. My girl is Gen Z. She makes fun of fucking millennials all the time. We get in the car and I listen to her playlist, and I said, your playlist is a millennial top 100, bro. And the worst part is, you don't even know the good shit. You don't know the deep cuts because you wasn't there. You was a little ass kid. You wasn't there. So all you know is the top 100 shit that was on the fucking radio, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. So that's why I said, go ahead and claim that Fortnite. Because the shit that y'all claim y'all grew up on was millennial reruns. You ain't lying, I'm Jizzy. Anyways, that's beside the point. We ain't here for a generational war. My older cousins showed me all the games I love today, despite me not liking them back then. And now you love them now. It might be nostalgia, though. Nintendo needs their own GTA. Nah, because Nintendo's a family. They're a family company first. They just need new characters, new mascots. They've been running Mario, Zelda. I feel like Mario, Zelda, Pokemon will hit even harder if they get a new Mario, Pokemon, Zelda to join them alongside you. There always comes a point where you got to pass the baton, bruh. You got to pass the baton to the next generation. And right now, I don't think they have those mascots. And it could come back to bite them. Not now. I think it could come back to bite them in like 20 years. Because in 20 years, when millennials are, the older millennials now, they're like 45, aren't they? So when the older ones are like in their 60s, they might not be playing games anymore. So all that, oh, we got another Mario, another Zelda, it's not going to appeal to them because they're not looking at the games anyway. It's not going to apply to everybody. So you should always be trying to get a younger audience. They should bring Spyro and Sly Cooper back. I don't know if you know, but we're talking about Nintendo. I don't know. We're talking about Nintendo. We're talking about Nintendo. Yo, shout out to the Terriers with the sub. Appreciate it. Oh boy, next topic. So no Star Fox. I would like another Star Fox. This is not Nintendo related, but it is family gaming, so it's kind of like Nintendo adjacent. I thought this was pretty cool. I'm a big Uno fan, but if you are a Fortnite, hey, Gen Z niggas, come to the front. Come on. They got new Fortnite mode. Come on. Get your little Uzi Verse CD, put it on, you know what I'm saying? Well, no, you stream because y'all don't got CDs. They got the Uno Royale in Fortnite. Come on through. Uno has arrived in Fortnite with Uno Royale by Mattel. Gather your friends and craft and collect OP loadout cards and strategize, show off your shiny cards. Who trying to hop on that shit, bruh? Goku, Ryu, Dr. Doom, Sabrina Carpenter, all playing Uno. Who's trying to get on there? Bro, this is y'all shit. You got the banana, the fish man, the panda head, the angsty white guy, and the generic white guy. We back, man. We back. You don't know how crazy Uno can get. I actually love Uno. I'm not gonna lie. If the guys wanted to play this would maybe make me download Fortnite. I do love Uno, bro. I just go crazy in the 360 Uno. Nah, they need to add spades. I mean, technically, if you wanted spades in the game, you could add it because with the Fortnite creator kit thing, right? Bro, all my 97, 98 millennial Z's, stop letting TBH bully us. I'm not bullying y'all. I'm just speaking facts to y'all. Y'all childhood is a lie. I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm just saying what y'all think that you grew up with was just hand-me-downs, bro. I grew up on Tupac. You was born in 98. That nigga was dead by the time you were like, what are you talking about? R.I.P. But like, like, what are you talking about? You was listening to fucking reruns. That's what it was. It was a fresh rerun, but it was already a rerun, bro. What are you talking about, dude? Oh shit. The facts are the facts. You were not conscious when it was really hitting like that. It's okay. It's okay. It's a weird time to be. Nintendo adjacent. There's a Nintendo mod out where you could play Super Mario 64 in co-op with some Dragon Ball characters. Who want to do that? Vegeta, Goku, Super Mario 64. He said that's fire. They got Broly too. Piccolo. They're gonna shut that down. It's already online. It ain't gonna get shut down. You gotta understand, once the files are out there, they're out there. Yeah. I was in high school when Fortnite came out. I didn't grow up with that shit. What are you talking about? You did grow up with it. Listen, man. See, look at y'all. Gen Z niggas, man. Y'all funny. Y'all love to be ageist. Y'all love to pretend like you invented everything. You love to change definitions and Christopher Columbus shit. You grew up with Fortnite if you were playing it in high school. That is, when people think of their formative years, like where did you grow up? 9 times out of 10, when somebody asks you that, what they're asking you is, where did you go to middle and high school at? Those are the years. That's what growing up means. So yes, you grew up with Fortnite. What's wrong with that? Fortnite will go on. I don't personally like Fortnite, but I'm also not a hater. Fortnite will go on the Mount Rushmore of video games. What's wrong with that? Claim that shit, bro. Fortnite, Lil Uzi Vert hitting a little shoulder. That's y'all shit. That's y'all shit, bro. That's y'all shit. When I think of the things that I grew up with, I think of the things that I played in high school. I played Gears. You niggas played it after, and that's okay, man. That's okay. I guess they're still in high school mentally. Nah, I don't know about all that. Man, we just shooting this shit. If anybody's interested in this mod, I thought it was funny. I just saved it because I got Nintendo news. It's right here if you want it. It's the first link at the joint. TBH calling the babies. Shit is fucking funny, bro. Y'all denying y'all heritage, y'all roots. Oh wait, let me drop it in both chats. There we go. Okay, what else we got? Oh, and then last but not least, other family-friendly news, Lego Batman. GTA 6 delay made Lego Batman developers feel really glad. They really pulled up to the Travis Scott concert. They did, bruh. The MLK event at Fortnite. That's y'all childhood, bro. Y'all niggas stood in front of the Washington Monument. That nigga gave a digital, I have a dream. Yo, GTA 6's delay to November 2026 helps give other games space to breathe, and that includes the upcoming Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Jonathan Smith, the head of production at developer TT Games, told IGN that his studio was looking at a spring 2026 release window for Legacy of the Dark Knight. He now feels really happy about the game's May 29th, 2026 release date, in part because it's far enough away from GTA 6 in November 2026. Basically, he's confirming all the rumors were true, that developers were quaking in their boots. They didn't know when to release their game because they didn't know when the big boogeyman GTA 6 was going to come out. You do not want to be too close to it because it's going to fuck up your sales. He confirmed it. Look, I want to play the game GTA 6, but I'm also really happy to have some space for people to play Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. We're giving you an open city and a fantastic experience for all players, which I thoroughly recommend. The game's release was announced December 2025, and that was about a month after Rockstar announced a delay for GTA 6 that pushed it to November 19, 2026. Prior to that, GTA was set to launch on May 2026, which would put it very close to the Legacy of the Dark Knight, assuming TT Games had still gone with that date even after GTA 6's delay. Although I do think GTA 6, if it would have came out that time in May, it would have hurt Lego Batman sales a little bit. I don't think it would have hurt them that bad, just because Lego Batman is in a very unique space. This new one, Legacy of the Dark Knight, I think it appeals to two gamers. Shout out to Cyber Demon with the gift of subs, appreciate it. It's in a very interesting spot. I think it appeals to two demographics. First, it appeals to kids or just fans of Legos. So actually three, because kids love Legos, and there's also a bunch of adults. So it's gonna appeal to the hardcore Lego fans that buy all the Lego video games. But also, I think this game appeals to Batman fans who are fans of the Arkham Knight series. So I think it would have been okay, to be honest. It may have not gotten the sales at exactly what it wanted, but I think it had enough audience there that like people would have still picked it up. Maybe not day one, but they would have got it eventually. It would have been all right. I will be playing this too. I look forward to this. But I think about the super casual audience who would want to buy one game even if they thought Batman looked interesting. But here's the thing, and this is why I said I think it'll be okay. I think it would have been a lot of kids who would have got this game for Christmas, because it's gonna be a lot of parents walking into GameStop, unfortunately, to spend money for the holidays, and they're just looking for a family-friendly game. They know Batman, they know Lego. Get little Timmy Lego Batman. Knowing that they don't even know this is a miniature Arkham, so like, I think it would have been okay. It's because it's kind of in that same bracket as like Nintendo games, you know. It had enough motion. It's not one of these little indie games.